This episode is brought to you by Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business. Want to advance your career or switch fields? An MBA from Carnegie Mellon's Tepper School of Business can help. Earn your degree from a top-ranked business school with a thought-provoking curriculum, one-on-one leadership coaching, support from experienced career counselors, and full-time, online hybrid, and accelerated MBA formats. Join the intelligent future. Visit cmu.edu/Tepper to learn more.
Today's episode, I'm going to be making some bad decisions. Enjoy! Thank you so much for tuning into the Age of Jeremy. My name is Jeremy Quintanilla, and you are listening to a LoFi episode, which is the pulp culture portion of the Age of Jeremy, or all of the non-businessy things, and even sometimes some of the businessy things that are going in my life at a deeper dive. And I am going to be honest with you, I'm doing a ridiculous thing. But before we get started, I'm going to try to do this ridiculous thing. It's not even that ridiculous. And when you hear what it is, you're going to be like, that's fucking stupid. And that's perfectly okay, because I'm okay with that in my life as being something that's ridiculously stupid. But what I don't know is what email is attached to this account. So let me see if I can get this in here, and I will tell you what I'm doing in one moment. But if you're brand new to the show's broken up into a few parts. Not the LoFi show itself isn't broken up into a few parts, but the podcast itself is broken up with the main episodes that usually come out on Tuesday. This episode usually comes out on a Saturday. I'm actually recording this on a Saturday, so I don't know exactly when I'm going to drop it. And by drop it, I mean release it. And this usually comes out every other week. But it's about all the cultural things that I'm doing in my life and all the things that I want to share. I'm also drinking a protein shake. Protein goodness. If this is also your first time to the podcast, occasionally I do content creator or entrepreneur interviews. Those will be coming out soon. I have about 3 of them in the pipeline, and we're getting more and more booked. I'm trying to get into a schedule. And the reason why I'm trying to get into that schedule is because if I don't do it now, there's never going to be a good time to do it. And that's something that I'm very adamant about. We sometimes think that we have to have all the things perfect before things happen. And I get stuck into that all of the time. And I'm trying to make that change where I'm like, okay, look, it's never going to be perfect. I'm just going to do it. And if other things fall to the wayside, unfortunately, they're going to fall to the wayside, because these are the things that are going to move me forward the most. So hopefully that doesn't get completely taken out of context. And I'm going to, what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find something in OneNote. I don't know where it's at. Ugh. Blog post. Oh, you know what? It's right here. So that also being, is this a dynamic ad placement? Oh my gosh, that episode was so long ago. Let's see. Where are we at right now? Here we go. This is much better. I was trying to find some of the opening notes that I have, so don't forget anything. But again, also too, my name is Jeremy. I'm the owner of Q Consolidated. We focus on investing and creating businesses in media and entertainment, finance, investing, insurance, education and e-learning, art, music, and the humanities, earth and human sustainability and advancement, and earth and space exploration. Our current businesses include 3T Warrior Academy, Q Financial, Age of Radio, and Merlin, to name a few. You can find me on all social medias at Age of Jeremy, so go check me out. You can also find me on YouTube to get our YouTube videos that are mainly just podcasts right now, but we'll have more videos on there. If you're new to this podcast, this is all about the trials and tribulations that I go through normally. But as I just broke down what the difference is between them, you're listening to the pop culture portion. So if you want to see Coach CJV's financial blueprint, go to the link in the bio, get that financial blueprint. We have had some great news in the insurance. We are partnering up with a gentleman by the name of Ed Milet. You may have heard of him. He is taking over the group that we are under when it comes to the insurance for our life insurance production business. And so we are super excited about that partnership, and hopefully we'll be able to be coached by him as we build our life insurance business over the years. So what is the ridiculous thing that I'm trying to do at this exact moment? Oh shit. So two things. I have all of my episodes uploaded on OneDrive. And so when I open them off of OneDrive, I have to, they have to download. That's kind of difficult sometimes, especially when I want to make a podcast. So I was like, well, while that's downloading, because I need to make a few podcasts for the main portion of the show, because I don't have a backlog. And that is one of the things I'm going to be fixing this year, but because I don't have the backlog, it has to like download all of the files, and it takes for freaking ever. And I think that I just closed it. And yeah. So I'm recording this on my Zoom H1N field recorder. I have Rode lapel, and then I have microphones put in. It's the easiest way that you can make a podcast, in my opinion. And then you throw that into some software, maybe Adobe Audition, and then you go from there. Anyways, okay, so it says that I do not have a Battle.net account. If you don't know what Battle.net is for World of Warcraft. And I said that I wasn't going to put World of Warcraft on this computer until I got the other computer set up, because my USB-A drive broke. And the story goes like this. We did a team builder. I did an ice bath. I used my computer, put it in my bag. I got home, had it off, woke up the next day, turned it on. There was a bead stuck in the USB-A drive. I thought I turned off the computer, stuck a fucking knife in there because I'm an idiot apparently. Zap. I didn't get zapped because it wasn't plugged in. But I saw a spark, realized the computer was not off. Maybe that would have even happened if the computer was off. But that fried the USB-A drive, and now I do not have a USB-A drive. So I have a USB-C drive and a bunch of ports, but I kept the computer, bought a brand new computer, same exact version, but in a sexy sage green. And here we are right now. And so I was going to put in my World of Warcraft, get my World of Warcraft account back, but apparently I can't because I don't know the email in which it was connected to. So how would I find that out? Let's go to email. So I can get this downloading while we talk about some amazing stuff, but I don't think that we're going to be able to get it. I went to the search bar and I just typed in my name. That is good. World of Warcraft, not the search bar in my Outlook. Okay, World of Warcraft. It is not there. It's probably here, but I don't know why it didn't take that. Let's try one other place. Because I have so many emails. World of Warcraft. Yep, it's this email. I don't know why that didn't take. You successfully started a 1-month subscription to World of Warcraft. If you don't know, World of Warcraft is now owned by Microsoft, and that is one of the other reasons why I'm getting it, because I want to be a part of the future of Activision, because I own a shit ton of Microsoft stock. You know what it is? It's probably the password. What the hell? All right, so I'm getting a weird arrow thing. It says, use the arrows to rotate the object to face it in the direction of the hand. Oop, messed up. Did it. Winning. Oh no. This is ridiculous. Okay, so it's making me like, it has an image of like a hand pointing one way, and then I have to get the other object pointed the way in which I want it to be. And apparently I have to do tons of these. This is the stupidest fucking thing ever. Maybe I don't want to support Microsoft. Okay. Okay, so the password's right, but the stupid freaking password's wrong. Nope, the password's wrong. The email's right. The password's wrong. Oh my God. This is why you should always have an Excel sheet with all of your passwords in an easy location where everybody can get and gain access to it. And that says that the password's still fucking wrong. Guess we'll do forgot your password and find out what happens. All right, send me a thingy-mabobber. Thingy-mabobber. Ooh, came right in. Look at that. That's what she said. Oh-yo. All right. All right, continue. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I might have been typing password in wrong. It says my password is epic. Yayo! Okay, let's try this again. It is an arrow. It's a hand pointing up and then a hammer. Really wish I bought a pizza first. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'm going to throw my computer out the window. Excuse my language. I guess maybe not excuse my language. Excuse the loudness. Now it's sending me another freaking email. All right, where's this email at? Bop, bop. All right, I finally got my notifications working again on my email. That was really frustrating me. Really frustrating me. Really frustrating me. Okay. Submit. Agree. All right. Now, let's go over here. Account details, account overview, games. We want World of Frickin' Warcraft so that we can, and I'll tell you why this is a stupid decision as soon as I get the game going, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? $12-month offer. You save 13%. So 12 months is $12.99 for World of Warcraft. 6 months. Let's do 6 months. Subscribe now. And the great news about this is because I'm using this for content, in which case this is part of my business, oh sweet, get to write this off. Now, we're not going to talk about taxes on this card. Dude, what is that? Showdown in the Badlands mini set. Man, I wonder, this has Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Ooh, we can get Overwatch 2 on here. I tried playing World of Warcraft Rumble the other day on my phone, and I tried to stream it to TikTok. It did not go well at all. Ooh, look at that cute little bunny. This might be better as a live stream, this version of what I'm doing right now. All right. How do I get the software? What's happening? All right, so it's downloading BattleNet. Ooh. Downloading BattleNet. All right, so while we're downloading this, I'll get in the first topic. First topic I want to talk about today on my pop culture adventures is I'm super excited for a new Magic the Gathering set. If you follow me on YouTube, I did a lid. I don't have any of the cards yet because I don't know when they come out, and that's what I'm going to do right this moment so I can talk to you about it. Magic the Gathering has 2 cool new sets coming out. One of them might be out because I just don't never have time to keep up with buying so much stuff. But the Murders of Karlov Manor, pre-order now. Let's see when this comes out. Unravel the Mystery, February 9th. I'm super excited about this set. If you don't know Magic the Gathering, Magic the Gathering is owned by Wizards of the Coast, which owns Dungeons & Dragons, my favorite tabletop role-playing game, along with some other tabletop role-playing games. But they have this Murders of Karlov Manor that's coming out, which is really cool. In a city that needs investigating, you're the one on the job. Find out who committed the murder of Karlov Manor before you become their next victim. So head on over to wizards.com to check that out. So I'm really excited about that. I was going to go buy some of them today, but apparently they're not out till February 9th. So the other one that they have coming out March 28th is Fallout Out of the Vault. And so it's special. put it's special, SPECIAL, put the fun and the fission with sci-fi tech and characters from every Fallout video game since 1997. Mutants, cryptids, raiders, and more await you in the wasteland. And so one of the things that oh my God, there's an intelligence bobblehead card that they have. I think I'm going to pre-order a bunch of these. In fact, I'm going to go pre-order a box right now. Oh my God. Booster card, 180 cards is $323. 15 cards is $27 for a booster pack. That is freaking stupid. But these commander decks are $60 a pop on Amazon to pre-order. Let's see. Let's order one. There is Science, Hail Caesar, Scrappy Survivors, and Mutant Menace. Let's pre-order. Oh, actually, let's do this. You can buy all of them for $240. Let's buy that for $240. Because why wouldn't we spend $240 fucking dollars on Magic the Gathering cards while we're talking on this podcast? Why not? Why not? So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get this. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be wandering through life all willy-nilly happy. And then on March 8th, I'm going to get hit with a $262 bill and I'm going to flip out. So I have a really funny story. So Johnny Crypto, who's the owner of Merlin, and then we have a marketing company. We paid the marketing company a couple $1,000. And when it comes through as a payroll expense on the bank sheet. And so his son Antonio works with me and does the bookkeeping and stuff. And so Antonio's playing games one night and he hears Johnny Crypto calling from the other room. He's like, Ando. This guy's on Ando. He's like, Ando, get in here. So Antonio runs into the room. He's like, what's going on? He's like, who approved this $2,000 payroll expense? And Ando's like, you did. You and Jeremy did inside of our WhatsApp chat. And he's like, oh yeah. And I only say that because it should have come through, like it's an actual marketing expense, but the way that QuickBooks does the direct deposit, it's a payroll expense. So I found that as a humorous good time. All right, so I just spent $280 with you guys on here buying these $240 buying these Magic the Gathering sets. So they also have an Assassin's Creed, and I'm the worst person at planning and playing video games because my goal was to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then play Mirage. Mirage is out, yeah, so that's all I have to say about that is Mirage is out, and I have not finished Odyssey or Valhalla, and here we are today, not doing that. So one of my biggest goals this year, as it relates to pop culture, and it relates to, I don't know even if it should be called pop culture. I'm just going to really just talk about gamings and shit probably on here. I love gaming. It's my favorite thing. Whether it's video games or tabletop games or chess or backgammon or cards. I love this Italian game that Johnny Crypto taught me called Scala, Quarenta. It's a form of bridge. It's the funnest game. Me and my mom play it all the time. She loves it. I love it. I love her. So I love games. So it'll probably just be talking a lot about games as we continue on these lo-fis and they get better and better. All right. Okay, so Assassin's Creed release date, July 2024. Let's pre-order all these. I can't pre-order all of them. Let's do this. Let's put my email in. Let's go to cjq.shop. I don't know why I said that on here. I don't know. Maybe 50 of you will hear it. And I don't know. Send me emails to that email. Sign up. I just signed up for something. So that's good. So we spent $240 on Assassin's Creed Fallout. So let me text my... I want to tell you about this. This is a really cool thing. So I'm going to text my wife, but I'm texting my wife from my computer. Now, to Apple users, they're like, yeah, you can fucking do that because you have it on your Mac. I get that. But Teams finally integrated it where you have a consumer-style Teams on your desktop on Windows 11. And so when you hit that, you can actually get a QR code, connect that to your phone, and then you can make one-way text off of your computer to people on, that you would normally text. So it's a really cool feature. And the other thing that Teams did really, really cool that they added into their Microsoft 11 Teams consumer feature is that you can actually now build community. So if you want to build a volunteer group, if you want to build, say, I'm thinking about running for precinct member again for LD27 here in Arizona. Yes, I'm a Democrat. I'm a far left liberal. And so when we think about political work and my aspirations in the political realm, one of those things that I want to do is make sure that I am moving forward in political positions, with eventually being the treasurer of Arizona, or the Maricopa County treasurer. I think treasurer would be a fantastic role because you get to manage the treasure. What is amazing? That's so amazing, right? Anyway, so you can actually create communities inside of Teams now, which communities are a big part. If you look at WhatsApp, if you look at Facebook, if you look at Microsoft, everything is about communities. So you should be a part of communities. And if you're not a part of our community, the Addicted to Podcasting Facebook group for Age Radio, or our 3T Global community, I really recommend that you go there. You can build a lot of net worth through your network. And I know that a lot of motivational speakers, they say that a lot on social media. And it sounds ridiculous sometimes the way that they say it, because I don't think they really explain it. But you are a culmination of all the people that are around you and their wealth. So the reasons why I have been able to get businesses going is because I have other people around me that also have money, so that I can go and raise money from them. When you get to a certain stage, depending on where it is that you're trying to build your businesses, there will be a time where you will have to raise money. And the more network that you have and the better relationships you have, takes a lot of time to harness those relationships, to nurture those relationships, become really good friends with the people. You have to have compassion and love for the people. It can't just be a game where, it's a tit for tat game. No, it has to be, I'm going to be this person's friend. And then that's the person that I'm going to feel comfortable going to in the future to ask for money, because I know that they have money. And so the idea behind it, whether someone has $100,000 or $20,000, the more people that you have around you, those are the people that you're going to want to work with to be wealthy. And the only way to do that and to nurture those relationships and to know those people is by having communities and building time in the communities. The other reason why I'm very adamant about this now is because May, who is our human design coach and our chief operations officer for 3T Warrior Academy, she talks to me about it all of the time, that in my human design, I have to, hold on one second. I just want to make sure this is still recording. Yep. Because my headphones aren't working and I don't know why. Maybe it's because, hopefully this is working, because, okay, anyways, I don't know what's happening. Volume. Yep, that's volume. I don't know. I need to get a new headset. But she's always telling me that the thing that allows me to build my wealth is through my network. And so even for me, it's even more powerful. And that's why I'm trying to spend more time building good relationships with people. And to be honest, I am at hand. I need to take this quiz for the book club that we're doing in the 3T Warrior Academy. But I need to see how far of an extrovert I am as an introvert. I've been imagining, not just because of my ability to talk to people and converse with people, that I'm an extrovert. I'm probably an extrovert even more so because I find that the way that I get my energy is with people. So I can be in a really shitty mood. I cannot want to go out with people. I cannot want to be around people. And as soon as I'm around those people, I get all of my energy back and I feel good. I don't recharge my energy by being alone. I recharge my energy by being people. Now, whether or not you're like, well, you're an energy vampire. No, but I just enjoy being around people and learning from people. And that's something that I'm starting to be more cognizant of as I move more towards what we call human design. And so I'm really excited about that. Next thing that I want to talk about is Captain Marvel. Let's talk about Captain Marvel. Every Saturday, I tradition, because I work so much during Monday through Friday, okay? Saturdays, Friday nights and or Saturdays, I watch movies. My wife is going out of town for next week for work. And this week on Friday, yesterday, I decided to sit down with her and watch Captain Marvel. She fell asleep because she was tired, because she has a hectic schedule. And again, she's going to be traveling tomorrow. On Sunday, she had to do a bunch of stuff today. And so point being is that I watched Captain Marvel, or the Marvels. I'm sorry, the Marvels. And spoiler alert, I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Yes, I can see why people were saying that it wasn't like the best Marvel movie, or that it was a horrible Marvel movie or whatever. I can understand why certain people would make that assessment. those people are so fucking uptight, in my opinion. It was such a fun movie to watch. Kamala Khan, I thought, was fantastic. Monica Rambeau was fantastic. The ability, the situation where when they use their powers at the same time, they switch places. If I gathered that correctly, and they switch places with the other people. That was a cool idea, and it created a way for some of the action sequences to be really cool. And so they had they had a cameo with someone in it. And then the ending, what you find out and how they're leading towards the Young Avengers with Kate Bishop, how they're introducing the X-Men into it. You get all of that. I think that people are way too uptight about movies. I'm not going to a Marvel movie to have an earth-shattering fucking event. I'm not going to a Marvel movie, even a Disney movie to that matter. I'm not going to a Disney movie or Marvel movie other for the sheer fact to be entertained. I was entertained. I thought what they did with the Flurkins or whatever they were called, the what are they? How do you say it? Whatever goose is, Firkin. I'm gonna type it up. I'm also not chilling from the couch on this episode because I thought that I would want to have my computer. Flurkin Marvel. Flurkin. The thing that they did with the Flurkins was fantastic. Goose was hilarious. I think that they reproduced by laying up to 117 eggs. That Flurkin goose did that in this, and how they get the people out of a situation is really cool. I thought the character was interesting. The storyline was pretty typical of a superhero storyline, but I think it did a great job doing Kamala Khan. I think the Kamala Khan is a fantastic character. I loved Miss Marvel. I loved the acting of Miss Marvel. I loved how they did Miss Marvel. I did not like the full storyline of Miss Marvel, but I loved all the surrounding characters. One thing that I was upset was that Kamala's best friend wasn't in the show. That the person that plays Kamala's best friend was not in the show, and so I think that was one of the things that I didn't like because I thought she did a fantastic job. I'm trying to think of who. So Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan, I'm trying to find out, is it her? Who plays? Yeah, so Iman Vellani plays Kamala Khan. Trying to find out who plays her good friend. I think it was Yasmin. Yasmin Fletcher was one of my favorite characters in Miss Marvel, and I wish that she was back in the Marvels, but I'm sure she'll come back in the either Young Avengers or the next Miss Marvel sequel. So I would recommend you check out Miss Marvel. I bought it on Xbox. I think it was $20 for UHD. I hope you guys can hear my dogs barking in the background because my wife is probably home from whatever she was doing. So we're just going to keep talking through it because that's what we do. So Miss Marvel, I would definitely check it out. The other thing that I started getting into was Korean action flicks. Not that I was getting into it. It was just that I was trying to find some interesting things to watch. And I came across this really cool one called Kill Bok-soon. And someone is at the door. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, it is the mailman who stopped by. And he brought me an amazing, amazing gift. It wasn't really a gift. It was something I bought. So I have a Huion tablet, a Canvas 13, I think. And we've been making these videos for 3T Warrior Academy. And for the videos, we use a Huion dial. And so I wanted something similar to that to have at home, but a lot smaller. So I bought one, and it is the Huion Inspiroi. So I'm really, really excited to play with this and get it out of the box and do some stuff with it. And it also works with Android. So that is awesome because I love Android. Who doesn't love Android? I love Android. All right. So let's get back to this. So check out Miss Marvel. I've been getting into Korean movies. That's where we are. Kill Bok-soon is on Netflix. It is probably one of my favorite. I would say that for me, Kill Bok-soon, she's a single mother and she's a merciless murderer who works for Cha Min-kyu, MK. and she, before renewing her contract, Bok Soon engages in a kill or be killed confrontation. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. I didn't have a problem ruining Marvel for you. Go and check out Kill Bok Soon. It came out February 18th, 2023, so it's been out for about a year. I absolutely loved it. I love the main actress, Yeon Do Yeon, if I'm saying that right, so I apologize. She plays Gil Bok Soon, and I love some of the other actors in it. And then I watched Believer, another great Korean movie. Believer 2 just dropped on Netflix, so make sure that you check that out. I think it's actually, I don't know exactly where that fits in, so I'm not going to even say anything. But check out Believer, check out Kill Bok Soon. So I'm going to try to watch some more Korean stuff. I almost went down the rabbit hole of trying to learn more Korean, but I decided not to because I'm really focusing on my Japanese and my Spanish mainly. So yeah. So those are the three main movies that I've watched since we had our last Lo-Fi, and I would highly recommend that you go and check them out. I've not watched. I did also watch Echo, so I would check out Echo for Marvel. The problem with Echo is that it seemed too short. One, and then two, I did not care for the way that they did the ending. The rest of it, I was amazing. I thought it was awesome to have Native American culture inside of it. It had one of the girls from, it had the main character from Reservation Dogs. So if you haven't seen Reservation Dogs, check out Reservation Dogs and watch this. And I know one of the reasons why I'm wanting to do more of the pop culture stuff that I have going on in my life is because I think that it's difficult to have everything seem business. I spend so much time on business and so much time focusing on business. It's good to geek out and allowing me to geek out on here. And I think on here and then on some of the other channels, we'll do a lot more spiritual stuff as well. But yeah. So books I'm reading. So to give you an update on some of the books, one, go and follow me on Instagram. I'm kind of doing a book club type of thing on there. I don't know fully how I want that to look, but the first book is obviously Buddenbrooks, which I started reading last year. I tend to read a lot of classical literature. I'm going to sprinkle that in with some non-classical literature, but just really good authors. One of my favorite quotes by William Faulkner is reading, I'm going to paraphrase it, but reading crap is just as bad as reading nothing at all. And so I don't really judge people on what they read, but I want to read more engaging stuff. The other thing we started in our 3-2 Warrior Academy that I kind of tease on there on my Instagram. So again, follow me on Instagram at Age of Jeremy. But we're reading Daniel Pink's To Sell Is Human, and this is just a fantastic book. I'm not going to talk about it on here because again, this is reserved for the people that are a part of our 3-2 Warrior Academy. And so we'll probably finish this book in about another 2 weeks, I believe that book should be done, and then we'll move on to another book. But for my personal book club right now, we're going through Buddenbrooks. I'm about halfway done. Buddenbrooks is a story about a family that's a merchant family in the 1800 Germany, I believe, and well, I know, and so and they are and it goes through 4 generations and how they can go from a prominent family to maybe possibly losing everything is kind of what the idea is behind it, but I haven't gone to that part. And one of the things that I really enjoy about this book, and I've mentioned this on my social media, is that it's really cool because the more that you read about other people's lives in this fictional context, the more that you will be able to empathize with the individuals in that story. So, like for instance, listening to Tony, how she had her first husband who she was forced to marry by her father, then her second husband who she wanted to marry, but he ended up being, not being good for her. And so she ends up not being married after that, getting a divorce. And then her daughter finally grows up from her first husband, and she gets married, and it shows her like being super excited for her getting the family back on path, because getting married and being married into another good business family is always good. And the way that things were structured back in the 1800s and in the aristocratic families. And so it just really has me be more compassionate about the things that go on in women's lives, and then also too the children and the men's lives as well as the book. But I think that it struck me because I became really passionate and felt bad for her in those situations. And so what's good about this is when we explore our minds more and we open up our minds to different cultures and to different reading and reading things that are more broad than what we normally would read, is that it allows us to create empathy for different situations, which allows us to become a better empathizer in the real world. And when we're a better empathizer in the real world, we don't seem so narrow-minded and focused on what's happening, and we can listen to other people. And what's cool about that is when we're able to empathize, we also become better salespeople. And so it's almost like a correlation that the better well that you're read, um, it, it, the better well that you are read in different topics from different cultures and different societies will allow you to be more open when you're talking to people and really listening to them and empathizing and having compassion for them. And from what we're finding in Daniel H. Pink's To Sell Is Human, is that that's one of the things that makes someone an amazing salesperson. So I think that that's a really interesting correlation. So what I have going on for this, make sure that you check out the Age of Radioverse Instagram. I'm going to be doing some more news on there about, podcasts and things like that. I'm also going to be checking out Fallout 76. If you want to follow me on Switch, I've been in our Facebook group, Addicted to Podcasting. I've been actually going in there, and my handle is AOJ for Age of Jeremy. And sorry, I hit the mic. And playing, wanting to try to play more video games and more gaming with the people that are inside of these communities, because I think that gaming brings us together, and we can all have fun together, and we can all be better together. So that's one of the things that I'm really trying to do with the audience is more of those touch points of the people that listen to me and the people that are in the communities. And also too, I want to propagate the growth of gaming in general. And then hopefully at some point write a little bit about gaming from a social from an anthropological or a social context. It's called ludology, and it's the same kind of thought process that goes into ethnomusicology, where we're looking at music and archiving music from a cultural standpoint. So it's kind of like anthropology mixed with musicology, which is something I'm very passionate about. So make sure that you check out all of those. I know that was a lot of stuff, and I don't want to word vomit all over the place, but make sure that you check those places out, because the closer that we can be together from audience and more transparency, the better, like I said, we can learn about more people, be open to more people, be more empathetic about people, be more compassionate towards people, make the world a better place. And then also too, it'll make you a better individual. So as I always say, remember, be thankful, grateful, and kind, and I will talk with you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this Lo-Fi episode. I am recording this with my H1N Zoom microphone. I'm recording this through a lapel mic with earphones, and I will be editing it with Steinberg's Cubase, adding in Waves plugins. That also being said, make sure that you check out Spanish Love Songs. They're the opening song, Brave Faces Everyone. Closing song is Illuminati Hotties, threatening each other in capitalism, and I will do more of these on that Adobe podcast, because I want you to be familiar with that specific product. But this one I decided to do on the H1N. And one last time, remember, be thankful, grateful, and kind. Bye.
Okay, everybody, it's Michael E. Cullen II.
And I'm Sesame and Carta from the All Too Real 2 podcast. We're passionate about movies, TV, and pretty much all things pop culture.
Dive into the chaos of failed sitcoms, direct-to-video sequels, and the quirky realms of cinema and TV.
Join us every Thursday for your dose of All Too Real 2 entertainment.
We'll guide you through debates like whether Howard the Duck qualifies as a superhero.
Ponder if Larry the Cable Guy could be the new Rock Rock or Schwarzenegger?
Discover if some shows and movies should have stayed in the cutting room.
Ever heard of a sitcom featuring that dictator with the funny mustache? Well, we watched it.
We're dedicated to unraveling the peculiarities of pop culture, sometimes with awesome guests.
So, if you're into the eccentric world of pop culture,
Listen and subscribe to All Too Real 2
available wherever you find podcasts.
and on Age of Radio.